observe it at first and say, march back on my foot. I did my backward walk, have a little look, or sit on my chair at the back, and my distance, and see how they're going to view it. And then I go back again, and then I adjust. I'll adjust my tone, you see, so it fits and it softens. It was too jarring. So as I said, but you see, there's no relevancy in those. It's not relevant that I get little tight windows there. It's irrelevant because you're doing an impression. I'm not doing a photograph, you know, otherwise I go out with a bloody camera and do it.
Sure.
Because once you get talented with a camera, you do just some wonderful things, but that's different. And that's how I work. You know, and the thing is, I want the buyers, because they're quite interested to know what I do and how I arrive at that. But I'm not. I'm an old man, so I'm not an eloquent man. Not eloquent at all. So it's going to be basic. I'm just going to be able to explain what I can in basic terms. That's why I say it's better that they see me paint.
Sure. Rather
than giving it that. That way they can say, oh, I didn't realise you arrived. How did you arrive at that? But by my walks and seeing that and what. The other thing is, and I always said this to people who ask me questions about that, I say, look, before you can create, you've got to, if you stood in a place that you want to paint, you like, and it's thrilled you so to speak, smell it. Take a smell, take a scent of that air, right, with detail, observe it as a simple form, smell it, observe it, listen to the sounds around you on that day, and touch the brick even, right, or whatever. You walk away, and I guarantee in 6 months' time, if you want that picture to come back in your mind, imagine the smell. Always remember that. The smell is the first one. Take the smell will then knock on effect. It will give you a sight, it will give you a hearing, it will give you a taste, it will give you a feel.
Right.
And then it appears. As if I'm seeing that scene on that wall and I can paint it. But all the senses are most important. Artists must use every sense. A little different from mathematicians, though they are artists in a way, and a little different from other creative experiences. Poets maybe, theirs is more absolutely spiritual. Art is a little bit mixed up of all sorts of things, but senses mainly. And that's why mankind, human beings, create, because of what happens with the senses. When they see something and feel something, that experience can be, if it's so good and overpowering, a year or two later, when they're miserable, they want to recreate that wonderful time, so they will have a little dream or whatever, and I do daydream, and then you go, if you're an artist, you put it on your canvas. So I can give a visual mirror.
Right.
Whereas the guy who's, you know, just the average guy who walks about the street, he can't quite get a visual mirror. He's not able to paint it, but with the smell, he can have that dream. At least it's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just can't put it on the canvas. But it's a secondary thing for him. I can do a primary thing, you see, by recreating the image to a degree. Not absolute perfection. So that's where we get the impression.
Yeah, that's and by being aware of all those different sensory impressions, they're then going to go into your painting.
Absolutely.
Even though your painting obviously is not going to smell like that, but something about the painting will make you feel like you can smell it almost. You know what I mean?
Absolutely correct.
So
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna. Keep talking, Reg. I'm just gonna stay where you are.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna move here. If you keep talking to me,
but
I'm just gonna try and, because I'm recording now. And what
that's great. You can maybe use some of that.
Yeah, and what I'll do is I'd like to show it to you afterwards and say, do you prefer it? Because when you were talking to me then, you were looking into the camera pretty much. But now, of course, you're looking slightly off the camera to me. And you can choose whether you prefer to shoot the whole thing in one way or the other. I think it's quite engaging.
It's lovely, that's what I said. This is what I wanted, a nice relaxed chat, because I know you. I don't feel strange. I'm not nervous, you know. And but as I said, my words are on there. That's the way I speak. You know, I hope I do anyway. Plus, when a painting leaves me, it takes a little bit of me each time with it. You know, it really does, seriously. That is a piece of me. You know, I've kind of like been on a journey in there. I want the buyer, or the purchaser, or whatever you want to call it, to feel like, go on that journey with me. Now, most of my paintings drift off into infinity. So what I'm trying to do is to get the buyer to go in there, into the painting, with me, and take that journey.
Yeah, sorry, keep going.
Take that journey into infinity. I want him to ask me, what is round that corner? What's over the bridge? Let's go on that journey, let's go and find it. Well, if I can keep him there for days on end, looking to discover what is beyond or in infinity, I've captured him. I know I've kind of succeeded. He's not walked back to the picture and said, well, I like that. It's not an instant impact job. It's a slow growth. And so he's eventually, he will keep that picture for years and he will enjoy it, and he will never find the secrets. I don't want him to find the secrets, because that's why I want him to keep looking for them. It's like a hidden treasure, and that's what art's about. You're trying to, you are the, you're a magician in a sense. You're trying to be a magician, keeping that secret, an illusion, and you get them in there. That's the secret of, if it's successful, that's what it's about, and that's how you will keep somebody who wants it for years and not part with it, you know. So if we've got that, and I don't mean to be egotistical, and I've succeeded, not always succeed, but in this particular piece, which is not a bad piece up to now, I feel reasonably happy with it. Often, and as an example, this in 30 years time, I often get pieces back, and I'm not seeing them for 30 years, and I quite think, have I painted that? I'm quite pleased with that.
Right.
And so it's quite an experience, really.
Okay, that's great. Let's have